Minnesota. So I just want to know kind of what his thoughts were on it, and he's excited, ecstatic. He loves what Trevor May brings, to the club as far as a presence and certainly his ability. He said he's very excited to get to work with him again. So I see that obviously as a complete and utter positive. I mentioned Trevor May a few weeks ago when we were talking about relievers as a guy I thought I would be, targeting because he's done some really good things. Like we said, over the last 3 years as a reliever, he's been very solid back there. And when you look at what the Mets have on their roster right now, specifically in the bullpen, it's not overwhelmingly positive. You have to, I think they need to add a few more pieces to really solidify it back there.
Andy, why do you think the Mets targeted Trevor May?
Well, he's a guy who's very much on trend with the current trend in baseball and bullpens in particular. People always want to know why are the Rays so good in their bullpen. One of the reasons is they target guys who have one particular breaking ball, often a high spin breaking ball, or at least a filthy breaking ball, and they go with that. So May, on that trend, has made a recent tweet here where you can see he completely ditched the curveball this year, way emphasized the slider, what he had before. So what the Twins as an organization do, and where Jeremy Hefner comes from, is that they know how to identify, like, hey, reliever, here's your 1+ breaking ball. Throw that as often as possible, and then we'll get you out of the game and bring in someone else so they can throw their one sort of plus breaking ball as often as possible. And May's turned into one of those guys. So this, frankly, is a way to build a Twins to Yankees, Dodgers, Tampa Bay Rays type bullpen. It's part of why Brodie Van Wagenen brought Jeremy Hefner over, and now it's Alderson continuing that same trajectory without to build a contemporary bullpen.
Maggie, how do you think the Mets bullpen looks now with May aboard?
Well, listen, if they could have the Rays stable of 98ers, I mean, that would be fantastic. I think there's still a lot of question marks. I think it's whether or not Edwin Diaz can return to his dominance that we saw in Seattle. It's whether or not Familia can be consistent. It's whether or not